it's Mrs. Drake with the saxophone. We are going to be doing lesson 17. Everybody, lesson 17. I hope you've already warmed up on your 5-note scale, got everything going on your sax, and are ready to go. Okay, lesson 17. Okay, song number 1 introduces 8th note, 8th rest. So, do you see how it's a TT with little, they look kind of like demented 7s in between? Those are called 8th rests. So, consider it TT, where you blow on the first one and the second T has become a rest. So it sounds like this. T, 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 T. So with a slight pause after it. Each are worth half of a beat. Then starting over here on measure 5, with the dots, it's called staccato. It means to clip it short. And I like to think of the word tut. So it ends up sounding, measure 1 will have the same sound as measure 5. Even though it's written in a different style, measure 1 and measure 5 sound the same, measure 2 and measure 6. So it ends up sounding like you're playing the first 4 measures twice. Okay, so song number 1, everybody warm up some G's. And think of the word tut. Tut, 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 tut. Song 1, everybody. 1, 2, ready, go. Those dots are called staccato markings. And I tell you, for elementary school, I am not that picky about it. It does mean to clip the note short, but I feel like that's icing on the cake. Worry mostly about getting your fingers right, worry about getting a beautiful tone, playing the rhythm right. The staccato is just icing on the cake. Okay, so everybody look at song 2. You'll see that there are some staccatos on song 2. Again, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just try to get your notes right. Okay, song 2 does drop down to a low E, the first note of the second measure. So everybody warm up a low E. And the Fs on this song will be first finger F naturals, first finger, so song 2 is F naturals. Feel free to write reminders to yourself. I recommend using pencil, but it's totally okay to write reminders to yourself. There are a few slurs. If you think you can handle it, do the slurs. If you've never tried this song before, you might want to leave off the slurs the first time. The slurs, again, are a little bit of icing on the cake. Okay, song number 2, warm up a C. Song 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, song number 3, bunch of slurs. If you've never played song 3 before, I recommend trying it without the slurs first to get your fingers figured out. I will do the slurs, and I encourage you to eventually get where you can play the slurs. Check the key signature out. Song 3 has F sharp key signature, so it's going to be middle finger for the Fs, and there are some Fs in this song. So feel free to write yourself a reminder of sharp sign or whatever, but I'm counting on you to play F sharp for song number 3. Okay, song number 3, everybody warm up the first D. Okay, song number 3, this speed. 1, 2, ready, go. Song number 4 has a lot of rests, and I will be doing those. Again, don't worry about the staccato. There is a slur. Try to do the slur. Okay, so everybody warm up a D. Song 4, D. Remember, breathe in, clear off your spit. Song 4. 1, 2, ready, go. All 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Kind of a tricky little song. Okay, song 5 is Lightly Row. I'm going to turn the angle of this down a little bit, see if this helps. Don't even think I got it to move. Anyways, okay. Lightly Row is a melody that you might recognize. Again, it has a bunch of slurs. If you've never played this before, you might want to leave off the slurs, but eventually get where you can do it. Check the key signature. There's no F's in it anyways. But remember, when a melody ends in a G, they usually have the F sharp key signature. Okay, song 5. Warm up the first slur. Song 5. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. A couple reminders. I hope you're always taking mouth in and out through your mouth. Don't use your nose. And on a song like that, when there's no rests, just leave one of the notes a little short or leave one of the notes off altogether and breathe instead of playing the note the full value. Totally okay. Remember to breathe in and clear off the spit off of your reed a lot, like even right now. And your head should be straight as if you're balancing a book, meaning you put your head straight and your reed should come right up to your mouth. If it doesn't come right up to your mouth, then please adjust your neck strap. The idea is that your neck should be straight, your head should be straight, that the reed comes right up to your mouth. Okay, all right, the one on the bottom, Circus March. This one has the DSL fine. So if you need to highlight those things, I sometimes call it the demented dollar sign. It's between measure 2 and measure 3. It looks like the S with the slash through it. It's called the del segno. In Italian, del segno means the sign, the sign. Okay, so what you do is you play the whole piece, then you lead back to the sign, and then you play and stop at the word fine. Fine is the Italian word for finish. There are a few accidentals, like in measure 5, there's a C sharp accidental. So remember, C sharp is no fingers at all. And there's a C right before it. The C before it will be played as regular C, natural C. So it's going to be C, C sharp, and then the note after it is D. Try a C sharp, and then a D. And that is measure 5 going into measure 6. On this song, the F's are first finger F natural. Do you trust yourself to remember that? If you don't, feel free to draw a natural sign over the F's or some sort of reminder. It's better than playing it wrong. In measure 14, it goes up to high A. In measure 14, there's a high A. Everybody try a high A. And at the end of measure 15, there's F sharp. So it's a little bit of a tricky song. So the whole thing, it ends up being kind of long. DSL fine, remember to do that. I'm going to lead it off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and just come right in on the TT. Let's just skip those first 7 beats. There are recordings that go with this. I want to remind you that the last song on every lesson, there's a recording of a band playing this song, meaning it has flutes and trumpets and drums and all those things in it. And I will be sending that to you, or maybe I've already sent it to you. So I encourage you that when you get Circus March pretty good, where you're pretty good at playing it, put on the recording and play along with it. I think you'd really enjoy that. So during those first 7 beats, I think it's drums that's playing on the recording. So for us right now, I'm just going to lead it off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then just jump right in on the TT. So can everybody warm up the first TT top? All right, I'm going to leave it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Again, I encourage you to play that one with the recording of the full band playing Circus March. Okay, that was lesson 17.